Welcome to ePathshala lecture series in computer science. The paper is software quality management. Today's title is risk management. The learning objectives are to introduce risk management techniques, to explain the role of risk management for quality management, to explain the impact of risk in software quality, and to explain how to measure the risk. The quality of the software is depending on many metrics. One of the metric is reliability. Reliability means the mean time between failure must be large. The software should not fail for more time. There are many ways in which a software will fail, maybe due to virus, or maybe due to fault in the design, maybe due to power failure. Like that, many failures are there. If you want to avoid failure, then you have to take risk. How to take risk is, what are the ways in which risk will come and how to manage them. These are the things we have to study in this. So, software risks are different from normal risk. In day to day life, whatever we do, there is risk. If you walk on the road, there is a risk. Similarly, when we come to the class or when we go to the college, everywhere we face uncertainty and more risks are there. There are two types of risk management. One is proactive, next is reactive. Proactive risk management deals with the management of risk before it comes. We can plan in advance, so that before the arrival of risk, what risk will come, what we expect, that will have an impact on the software development process or in the life, that is to be tackled in advance. Reactive means after it comes we have to tackle it, but tackling it before it comes is much better. So, prevention is better than cure. If you want to prevent rather than curing, then you have to see what are the reasons by which a software will fail and in what way you can avoid that. We have to study that. There are different type of risk in software: project risk, technical risk, and business risk. When you come to project risk, it is depending upon the schedule. You may be planning a project for 1 year, 2 year. Many projects which are planned for 1 or 2 years may be running for 5 years, 10 years. Depending upon the complexity of the problem, the number of days will increase. That is time, risk with respect to time. Next, technical risk. Sometimes the software may be running on particular hardware. You are changing the hardware due to the modernization of the software and hardware industry. As a result of that, whatever you have developed in the previous system may not be running in the new system. You have to make changes. When you make changes, you may make some mistakes also. If you make a mistake, then the software will fail. Sometimes without making any mistake also, there are chances that the software will fail in the new platform. Therefore, technical risk also should be expected and handled properly. Finally, business risk, budget. If you plan for a project to be completed in 1 year, the budget will be less. The same project is running for 4 years or 5 years, then the budget also will be increasing due to the number of days and the inflation and so on. When time is increased, cost also will increase. Therefore, you have to plan the project in such a way that it is completed in time. If it is not planned correctly, then it will lead to prolongation. Why do we prolong? We do not expect any risk. When you plan without any risk, when you plan that there will be no risk, then all in a sudden if some risks are coming, you are not able to manage. If you plan the software development process with risk as a component, then you will have some time for risk management, some time for some budget for risk management and so on. As a result of that, we can manage very easily. Now, risk can be categorized not only on this type, maybe on many other types. For example, known risk, unknown risk, predictable risk, unpredictable risk, and cost wise by drivers. It is based on performance, cost, schedule, and support by shortfall of time, money, resource, and information, by life cycle phase, requirements, design, coding, integration, by impact, mild, moderate, severe, and catastrophic, by likelihood, doubtful, questionable, and probable. Now, we have to categorize the risk in order to manage them efficiently. How will you manage them efficiently? If you go by a car, what and all the risk you will face? Maybe congestion, maybe out of petrol, maybe brake problem, or the problem due to the person who is coming from the opposite side. Like that, so many risks are coming. In the similar way, software is developed as a team. When you develop the software with a team, it is not only delayed due to your fault, sometimes maybe due to the fault of others. If there is a mistake by somebody else, then that also will delay your work. Therefore, there are some risks which are predictable and which are not predictable. Then performance, you may be planning for a single user system, but it is used as a multi-user system, or you are planning for 10 number of users and the software is expanded in such a way that 20 number of users are going to use. When the number of users are increasing, the performance will come down. Similarly, the people, you are planning for 5 people, but somebody is on leave, 2 people or 3 people are coming. You are not able to manage the software within the scheduled time. This is another type of risk. Next, money, resources, information, all that things are not available. Money is delayed or resources are supplied lately, and information which you want to complete the project are not available. These are also risk. Next, life cycle phase, if you take from analysis to design, design to coding, coding to implementation, implementation to testing, in all the phases of the life cycle there will be risk. For example, when you collect the requirements, you are going to the people, the customer is not able to provide the requirements correctly. You expect that it will be completed in one day, it may go for 1 week, it may go for 2 weeks, depending upon the knowledge of the customer, support you get from the customer, and so on. Therefore, there will be a delay in the analysis part. Next, you do the design. The design may be completed within a time, within 1 day or within 1 week. When you do the design, it may be correct design or it may be wrong. You are showing to the customer will do the validation, but the customer is not understanding the problem. He is not explaining in a proper way to you. As a result of that, the design becomes wrong due to the specification given by him. In this way, there will be problem in the design. Similarly, coding, you may be using one programming language, you want to change to a new programming language, there also there will be a problem. So, it may be due to programming language change, maybe due to database change, like that so many changes will come. As a result of that, the coding also will be a problem. In this way, coding, integration, implementation, all that risk are coming. The effect of the risk may be moderate or severe. For example, you are missing a comma or full stop. When you miss a comma or full stop, it is a syntax error. The syntax error can be corrected, it is not going to make a serious problem. When you make a semantic error, instead of one number, it gives another number as a data, that whole thing will be misguided. Based on your data, if a decision is made, that decision will be made wrong. When the decision is wrong, based on the decision, what is implemented in the system, that also will become wrong. Therefore, the impact may be catastrophic, and it can be doubtful, questionable, and many other categories are there. Different researchers, they have prioritized the risk in different formats. For example, Pressman, he is giving an order. Pressman is a pioneer in software engineering. He has ordered the risk, top 10 risk in the following order: inadequate staffing, insufficient experience, unstable requirements, unbalanced development team, unstable project scope, too great expectations, requirements not defined by customers, requirements not understood, no enthusiastic commitment and no management support. Among these, inadequate staffing means the project needs 100 people, but the company is providing only 50 people or 60 people. When the number of people are less, then you cannot form teams correctly. When you are forming teams with shortage of people, then even if single person is missing, or if somebody is not well, they cannot take leave, and even if full number of people are coming also, all people are coming also, they cannot do the work of 100 people. Less number of people is always a risk, first thing. Second thing, insufficient experience. When you develop a software with 1 year experience, your development methodology will be taking more time. On the other hand, if you develop a software with 10 years of experience or 5 years of experience, you can solve the problem very easily. Your algorithm will be more efficient than the other algorithm. Due to the experience, you are able to write very good code and you are able to solve the problem very easily. If the team is having less experience, they will not be able to think properly. As a result of that, they may write longer code but poor performance. That is another thing. The requirement should be very stable. The customer should say the requirements correctly. One day he is saying, I want ABC. Next time he says not A, I want BCD. Like that he is changing the requirements quite often. Then you cannot plan correctly. Planning can be done only if the requirements are well defined. Next, team. The team must be balanced. There must be some developers, some people who are expert in analysis, some people who are expert in testing, and some people who are expert in databases, some people in programming, some people in networking. Like that, a good mix of the team should be there. If the development team is not balanced, then the team will be in trouble. Therefore, the team project will be delayed. Next, unstable project scope. Unstable project scope means you are asked to develop a single user system. Later on, they say that convert this system into a multi-user system. Converting a single user system into multi-user system is a difficult thing. Scope itself should not change. If the scope is going on changing, then the analysis phase will change, design will change, coding will change, testing will change. All the components of the project phases will be changing. Therefore, you have to spend more time on each phase. Next, too great expectations. The customer may have more expectation on the developer. They must understand the development process. Unless they understand the development process, they will have more expectation. Then requirements should be defined correctly, and the requirements should be understood by both the customer as well as the developer, and the participants in the project, they must be committed to the project. If they are not committed, they will not spend more time, they will not involve themselves. As a result of that, it will be delayed. Finally, management also should support. Whenever you want money, they must be able to support. Whenever you want a computer or software, whatever you want, whatever infrastructure you want, if they are able to provide you in a short period of time, you can do the development very fastly. Therefore, management support is also important. These are the top 10 risks as projected by Pressman. Another researcher in software engineering is Boham. He also gives the top 10 risk. He starts with personal shortfalls, unrealistic schedules and budgets, developing wrong software functions, developing wrong user interfaces, gold plating, continuous changes in the requirements, external components, externally performed tasks, real-time performance, and strained capabilities. These are the things he is giving. Here, the capabilities should not be strained. Why it should not be strained is, if you are working continuously, you will become tired. So, you have to be given a rest. Next, some components you will do and some components are outsourced. If it is outsourced, then the methodology adopted by them should match with the methodology you are adopting. Next, cold plating. Cold plating means from the outside it will be looking like a gold. Inside it will be normal thing. Normal thing means it is going to be very poor design, going to be with poor design, poor coding and so on. that will lead to failure. When it lead to failure, the quality becomes a question mark. Next, wrong user interface. You want to put user interface for software A, but you are putting a user interface which was developed for software B, that it will not suit. Then functions, software functionalities must be properly defined and it should be written properly so that the functionalities will be correct. Next, budget and schedule also given by him. Finally, he is giving importance to personals also. Now we will compare the top 10 lists of Bohum and Pressman. You see wrong software functions and misunderstood requirements, they are similar, and the personal shortfalls and inadequate staffing are similar. Continuous changing requirements and unstable requirements are similar. From these things, what we understand is the most important risk are people one thing, requirements one thing, then changes one thing. These are the three things you have to take. Now, if you do analysis more on customers and developers, then stability, technology, budget, these are the things given more importance. And Bohum, if you take, he gives different grading, but here also developer, customer, stability, technology, schedule and budget, shortfall. So these are the things you have to adjust. Now, in my opinion, according to Bohum's list, it is better. Now let us give a formal definition to risk. Anything in software engineering should be specified formally. Formal languages are used for specifying the software specification. You can have a requirements in English, or you can write the requirements in a pseudo code. It can be written in a programming language. It can be written in a questionnaire. Like that, different formats are there. But the most important and reliable format is a formal definition. So we can define the risk like this. It consists of three components: Ri, Pi and Xi, where R is the particular risk and P is the probability of the risk occurring and X is the potential loss. For example, R is the particular risk. Take the example of a virus attacking. So the virus attack is the R, and the probability that your software will be affected by virus may be 0.4 or 0.3. So the probability is also important. If you feel that more probability for virus attack, then you have to scan it in advance. You can put antivirus software in advance and so on. Next, when virus attacks, what loss you are getting? That is only X. X is a potential loss. Like this, for every risk, if somebody is resigning from the company, that is the risk. And the probability, what is the probability that the employee will resign from the company? That is P. And the X, if he resigns, what will be the loss to the company? That is X. So these are the three components for every type of risk. Now risk management should focus on all this. First, avoid the risk. How will you avoid the risk is, you have to eliminate the risk. For eliminating the risk, you have to monitor the situation, manage the risk, you decrease the probability and decrease the effect. To explain this, I will take the example of going to a tour. Suppose you are going for a picnic, daytime picnic, let us say. When you want to go for a picnic along with your family, assume that you are going in a car. If you want to go in a car, you have to take risk. If you don't want to take risk, then don't drive, don't go in a car, don't go in the road and so on. If you want to take risk, you can drive on the road, but when you go for a picnic, don't think that everything will be smooth to you. Sometimes rain will come, sometimes more sunlight will be there. Like that, in the traffic will be there in that road, or poor road will be there. For everything you have to plan. Suppose petrol, let us take. You have to plan the petrol availability in advance. You have to check the pressure of the car tires in advance. Like that, you have to plan in advance so that the risk can be reduced. avoid the risk means don't drive, stay on the pavement, and monitor the situation. That is, you have to check the pressure, you have to check the petrol availability, and check the clutch condition, and the car, what and all components are there, all that things if you check in advance, that is only monitoring the situation. And manage the risk, you change the tire, either you purchase a very good tire in the beginning, or you change it to a good tire which will not be getting punctured very easily. And plan contingencies, you can have a spare part, for example tire, you can have a additional tire, that is a spare tire, so that in the place where there are no shops, if your car is getting repaired, you can change the tire by yourself. You can have spare parts, not only spare parts, you can have a tool kit also. Similar to that, in software development also, you are having some people are on leave, you have to have alternate person. Similarly, you are having a software, that software is not suiting, you can go for an alternate software. You are having a data in a database, it is not working, you can move it to a file. Similarly, network, you are depending on the internet connection is not there, at least local area connection is there, you can do the network programming and make it to work in the network. When it is working on the network, then you can make it to work in the internet very easily. Like that, you have to plan for software risk. Now the risk can be identified using a checklist. For example, when you go for a tour, what and all items are necessary, you have to write the items necessary for a tour in a paper, tick them in advance. When you tick them, if something is missing, you can say that you can plan in advance and take that item. Then you can have the prior experience. With the prior experience, when you go to the tour, what was missing in the previous tour, that one you can take now. Similar to that, in the software, in the previous project, what type of error was coming quite frequently, that type of error should be avoided. When you write the code, you can select control statements in such a way that error will be minimized. And you must have people with optimistic nature, and the scope of the project should be defined in advance. Now, in the picnic, the risk example is unexpected risks are bad weather. You may not expect a bad weather, all in a sudden bad weather comes, then you have to manage that. You may have transportation trouble, you may have personal injuries, like this unexpected risk will come in the picnic example. Similar to that, in the software development also, you are running your software, all in a sudden it goes into a infinite loop, you did not expect. When you are debugging that, it is a very big software, you are not able to identify it, you are running them module by module. Even when you run by module, you are not able to identify it very easily. Finally, you are trying with all combinations and finding what is happening. This you should not have expected. When the system is running with one type of data, it was running perfectly. When you change the data, it goes into infinite loop, that is a risk which was not expected. Now, in the tour example, how you can manage the risk is flat tire, you can take another tire, car accident, you drive slowly. Similarly, dead battery, you check the battery in advance, broken hose or belt, you check the belt in advance, broken axle, you check the axle, run out of gas, you put the gas in advance. Similarly, rock from truck in front of brakes, wind set, so you have to check the brake correctly. And lock keys in car, you must have duplicate key in your pocket. Either you must be careful in locking the car, before locking the car you check whether keys are put inside the car, or don't go for automatic locking, with a key only you must be able to lock the car. Like that if you make, you will not put the key inside the car. It is similar to that, what and all management you can do in software development. In the software development, the risks are, you are having a code which will not be working in all the platforms. If it is working in some platform, not working in all the platforms, you have to see why it is not working in another platform. You have to put statements which will be common to all platforms. Like that, irrespective of the language, the construct should be written in a pseudocode. From the pseudocode, it must be able, you must be able to translate into a programming language very easily. Then when you use database, you write SQL queries. Don't go for programming language constructs in the database side. Whatever programming you want to do, you try to do in the front end side. If you do it in the back end all programming, then the back end will be loaded heavily, and changing the database activities will be taking more time. Like this, you have to plan in advance and manage them. Then let me come to the tour example. Personal injuries are maybe due to insect bite, sunburn, and sprains, abrasions, poison ivy, food poisoning, ruptured appendix, epileptic seizure, bear attack, rattlesnake bite. Like this, you may not be expecting something. All in a sudden, some insects are coming and biting. Even when I go for a tour along with the students, we are taking first aid box with us. If there is a small injury or some insects are biting, small insects are biting, then we are giving the first aid. After that, we are treating them with doctor. We have managed them very easily because we planned everything in advance. Similar to that, when I was in software development also, what and all failures will come, we know by experience. Before experience, we used to discuss with the seniors. The seniors used to say the software failures faced by them in the various projects were listed out. When we do the current project also, what are the ways in which a software will fail? For example, all in a sudden you are migrating from one system to another system, or many people are accessing the same database at a time, or opening the same file. Sometimes without locking, people are doing updation. When you do that updation simultaneously, last update problem will come. Like this, what are all problems including deadlock are coming in software, that should be studied in advance so that we can manage them easily. Now assess the impact. Suppose risk is coming, what impact will be there? When you go for a tour, rainy weather means the impact is miserable weekend. You are losing a child, then the parent, angry parent, slipped schedule, injured child. Since the child is going away from the parent, it is bitten by a small insect. Now they are searching. After that, they are finding the child. They are giving medicine. The child becomes okay. Up to that time, the parents are getting angry. Their time is wasted. The schedule is wasted, and so on. Then car trouble also. When car is getting troubled, your joyful tour will become a agony. That means your enjoyment will come down. Therefore, you have to have a person for repairing the car, or you must know where and all cars should be repaired, or you take a good car and go. The similar way you have to do in software also. So in software engineering, risk will you should think that risk will not come. Risk will come, but you have to understand how it will come and manage the risk. For measuring, you have to use a LOC, and you have to use RPX, these three components. Using the RPX, risk exposure is calculated using P into X, and for one software they have calculated with one value of R60, P90, 23 lines of code LOC. They estimated that $20,200. The same thing when it is done with 70% and 80%, then the cost is 40,000. There is a variation of more than 20,000, double the rate it is coming. Therefore, you have to plan in advance so that you can reduce the cost. Now summary. The goal of software risk management is not to guarantee success, but to reduce the risk. You must have on awareness about the software project. In software project, what and all problems will come, you have to expect. You have to expect the problems, but whenever problem comes, you must be tried to minimize their effect. You must be able to handle the problems very well in a software project. Then the software project will be successful and the product will have a good quality as expected. Thank you.